Brian, what is new with you, buddy?
Oh, my friend, life continues to go and it's better than the alternative. So,
That's
yes,
right.
so work's looking good. I went and got a haircut, so I'm looking good. The world is on good. My beard would never be as fly as yours, tag team partner, but hey, we are back again, better than ever. Let's do the damn thing.
Awesome. And before we get going, I am going to try a new beer, Caramel Apple Fandango from Goliath Brewing Company. Man, it's been sitting in the fridge for a little bit, and so we're gonna
Okay,
we're gonna
hang on,
try
hang
it
on,
out
hang on.
here.
Before you try it, I want you to
Yes,
run back that name word by word. I want to make sure my brain can grasp this. So let's hit it.
yes, it is the carm. Is it caramel or caramel?
I think it's
Caramel.
caramel. I mean,
Me too. Me too.
see, I say caramel unless it's a person, then it's caramel because
That's
your boy,
fair.
your boy smooth like that. All right,
Right.
continue.
The caramel
Yes.
apple fandango. It is a kettle sour beer, and it's from the Goliath Brewing. They are not sponsoring this. It's just a drink that I wanted to drink that was in my fridge.
You lost me at Fandango though. I'm not quite how
You know,
the beginning of it kind of fallish. I get caramel
yeah,
apple. Yeah. Fandango, I mean, cause we usually have WWE stuff too. Like I went to the wrestler, like, oh, you said Fandango so slow. Like, wait, we have a beer? I heard Fandango. Oh, we have a
right.
beer, but no, apparently this is Fandango.
Yeah, and it would have been cooler if it was Fandemic.
It would have been.
All right.
However, give it a shot. So let's see what your thoughts are.
Whew, let's see
All right.
here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, while they're not a sponsor, we are about to review the beer.
Oh, that's fucking
That's not a good
nasty.
look. That's not a good look. Okay. So you saying they're not a
Oh,
sponsor? They never will be with that look. Okay,
nope.
bro.
But I'm gonna drink this throughout the episode. Yes, it is bad. Oh,
Well, number one in my
woohoo.
plastic bottle here. This is not OJ. This is about I don't know about 3 ounces of orange juice and about I don't know. This holds 20 ounces, about 3 maybe 4 ounces of OJ and
Yeah.
about 16 ounces of bourbon. So we'll see how this works out tonight.
Whew. All right, we are going to take big sips of this. I'm a big boy. We can finish this. I don't want to do any
Do it.
alcohol abuse here. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And while I was never a member of fraternity, we will go here. Chug, 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 chug,
okay.
chug, chug. Yeah. All right. Since we call ourselves before we get
Still
started
not
tonight,
good.
so we call our show Revenge of the Nerds. We're both fans of the show. By the way, a show we've never actually taught on the show is Revenge of the Nerds. We should do that.
We
But
should.
if you who would be your spirit guide from Revenge of the first one, which is the best one?
Lewis.
Lewis. Okay.
Lewis, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I had to go with because there's only one in the damn movie. I got to go with Lamar. This
Oh
because
man.
that was my guy. Again, there's only one brother of the diversity. By the way, that was pretty much the thing of the '80s.
Yeah.
You had one brother, and I'm gonna Google it real quick. I forget the name of the gentleman the actor that played
Mhm.
Lamar. I know he was in Revenge of the Nerds. He also was in Space Camp. He might have even been in The Outsiders. I feel he was in that
Oh,
as
I
well.
think I
I
know what
forgot
you
Bernie
mean.
Casey. I mean, on the page, I forgot Bernie Casey was in there because you got the tri lambs when they show up at
Yeah.
the UN Jefferson, best name ever.
Yeah.
Let's see who we got here. Who played Lamar? We're going through
We let's
Larry
do
B. Scott. Okay,
we should
he
do a
is
tribute episode of
yes.
Revenge of the
That
Nerds.
might be our going to that's we have put on our slate for maybe for the December as we close out 2023.
Yeah.
But yes, it says that he is still active, and just looking at his movie credits, super. His Wikipedia page is really small, but it's basically um, here ain't nothing but a sandwich. Have never heard of that, but I now want to watch it. But then he was known for Space Camp. I just said Revenge of the Nerds. In the field of Black Hat, which I actually have seen.
Mhm.
Let's see what we get. I forgot he was in Karate Kid. He was the Raising the Pound Cake
That's
in as far as Cobra
yeah.
Kai. I don't know if he even had any speaking
I don't
roles
think he
in that,
did.
but he was in there. And then, of course, being that he was active in primarily his career in the '80s, he was in basically all the late '70s through mid '80s shows. So right here, it's got Barney Miller, The Jeffersons, Seinfeld, Saint Elsewhere, Magnum PI, and apparently he did a spot on Martin, which would have got him into the 90s at least. So,
Nice.
all right, so we got to revenge or prevenge our namesake, Revenge of the Nerds. And as always, sir, we are and that I think we got other tagline. We are the unofficial online presence of Lambda, Lambda,
Linda.
Lambda. Yes,
Yes.
sir. We are the Tri-Lambs, sir.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
that is our salute. We'll start doing salute of the week.
Yes.
And that is our actor salute of the week.
Larry B. Scott. Hey, have a good one, sir. He's only, he's actually younger than I am. So, Larry, hey, if we can find it, which just shows how old I am. Thanks, folks. Larry, because, bruh, if you got some free time, join us, man. We can have some caramel apple Fandango beer or bourbon.
And you know what? I would not give it to you because I like you. Unless you like sour, bad tasting stuff. Then...
I love me some sour beers, but that does not sound like it was going down well, my friend.
Yeah, man. I said I was going to drink a lot, but I don't think it's going to happen. But that's okay.
That's where you accidentally spill it. Oh no! It landed in the sink. Oh,
it did. Yay!
Right. Well, there's no crime of spilt bad beer.
Yes. Welcome to the Fandemic. This is a podcast that celebrates all the things that we feel are awesome in hopes of spreading our fandom to you.
Yes, sir.
We do several types of episodes. In a Lone Star, I go through the best bad reviews that I can find based on title alone. In Prevenge of the Nerds episodes, we tell the stories that could have happened before and after your favorite movies, TV shows, and so much more. In the Fandemic, we look at the supporting cast of properties we adore, tribute our favorite actors, movies, or if it's been a while, we just catch up on everything.
Or once the alcohol kicks in, with us go wherever we go.
And you actually kind of do that anyway.
Facts and fair. Yes, sir.
Plus, we tend to have interesting conversations with people as soon as I can. I've been pretty bad lately, man.
Dude, we both. Hey, time out. Don't ever do that, man. Look, first of all, we both have day jobs and a couple day jobs. Yeah. We both got families, and to the audience, we're free. So you know what? You get what you get when you get it. And you forgot to add to our intro, we also have our cameos. By now, the real Princess Leia, R.I.P. to Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
But now, in our hearts and minds, the true Princess Leia, the successor of the namesake, the next senator, the true Senator Organa, you know what I'm saying? Princess Leia Butane. Absolutely.
Yes. And I am the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butane. And with me is the unverified twin of Dave Bautista in the head wrinkles. The unverified twin of Shamar Moore in the nipples. And the unverified twin of Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the eyebrows. And who are you?
My name is Brian S. Dennis. Well, this week, the S stands for Norval, and that'll make sense in a minute.
Yeah, it will. All right, let's play a little bit of music here. How about? Okay, Brian, we got the music in there. Let's talk a little bit about our favorites of the week.
You got it, my friend.
What was your favorite movie, TV show, and something else that you liked this last
week? All right. Something up for this week is that gives something to crack in when we get done, which is I just got Madden 24. So I'm a huge football fan. I love the video game. John Madden again, RIP. This will be the second edition of the game that's come out since Coach Madden passed away. Also, for any football friends out there, we also just lost Dick Butkus. If you are a Chicago Bears fan. You just love defense. Dick Buckets was fantastic, as well as he also was an actor that was on a couple sitcoms here and there.
Yeah.
Uh, Beyond that, though, my favorites of the week. So my favorite movie of the week, I'm gonna call it the movie of the week just because of the length, was actually, and again, we do some WWE reviews here. Was last night. Brad and I were texting back and forth. WWE Fastlane. All right, so it was a decent pay per view. It's definitely one of their B shows, but the show overall was really good, which really was the show was really about the two bookend matches. The first, and I mean, they had, I think it was only like 5 matches on the entire show, which is more than what they usually have on Raw, or fewer than they have on Raw. But the main event was Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins. But for Bradley and I think the highlight of the night was a tag match with the Judgment Day, which is comprised. Which is, again, if you're not wrestling fans, we will be brief. But it's a faction. They're heels, which means they're the bad guys. Supposed to boo. It has kind of a sort of common member and a guy named JD McDonough. It's comprised of Dominic Mysterio, the defending champions, which were Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and of course the de facto leader. They don't have one. I think in our hearts, our minds, and other places, the leader of that group is, say it with her now,
Mommy.
Yes, oh, mommy,
The mommy.
Rhea Ripley. Yes, 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 and then defending against main event Jey Uso and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. We have brand new tag champs. It was a great overall match, and again, really hot crowd, really great match. Really, and it's Cody's first title victory since returning to WWE, and Jay's first title, and especially tag title, without his twin brother. So that was really interesting. So that was pretty good. So that was my overall from a pay-per-view, given some of the other shows. I've given our Beardy scale. I'm going to give it a 3.75 Beardy. Just because it really was a 2-match card. The main event, I think, was a good overall match. They should have won with another winner, if you ask me, but that's okay. But I think the first match was the best match, which tells you when you peek at the first match, the rest of the show can be a little rough to get through.
Yeah.
But Bradley, your thoughts real quick.
Man, yeah, I'm with you. I would rate it part of the 3. My favorite part of the night was Carlito coming back. That was my favorite part of Fastlane.
Without the apple, but still great. And the dude is jacked. Did you see how big he's got?
Dude, he's been working out, man.
He's been working out for real.
He
looks really good. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I was way too happy for that. And I didn't see it coming as often.
There were rumors he had re-signed a while back. When they did their show in Puerto Rico earlier this year, he was there. But a lot of people thought, including myself, that was kind of a one-off. But he apparently has re-signed. Before he signed there, I mean, he was young. His dad's a legend. I think he had some attitudinal issues, and now we get older, know better, do better.
Yeah.
And again, man, he's got a lot of charisma. Fans remember him. He looks $1,000,000. Probably has never had, I think, any major injuries. Yeah. And if we're gonna do this LWO stable going on, he's a great person to bring back just regardless.
Yeah.
And of course, anytime we get to see mommy, it's a good thing. And then my shows plural of the week, because this was a tie.
Same.
This was a tie. So it was, I wonder if we're going to be the same. It was the season finale of Ahsoka and the season 2 premiere of Loki. Those, I just could not, they were very different, but they were, and I actually have watched the Loki one. I think I watched for, the third time this
Yeah,
morning.
me too.
Not kinda. I know I watched it for the third time today because there's lots of little pieces that I really dig. And then Ahsoka, which just, because I think it's on both our lists, we can unpack it. That episode, especially that fight, was just phenomenal. So,
yeah,
first off, I'm just giving my quick Beardy. I'm giving both a 4.5 to a really, really great, really great. And I think Loki has been excited for season 2, and Ahsoka has me excited for her season 2 when it's going to come probably about a year. But Bradley, your thoughts, since I bet you at least have watched both of those.
Yes, I'm of course same shows, probably the same ratings even. I actually think I liked Loki a little bit more than I liked Ahsoka.
Okay.
Man, that Loki had me smiling from the second it started to the
Yes.
second it ended, and Ahsoka had me doing this thing like, oh my god, they're doing the Mortis gods. Wait, that's the owl. That's the owl.
Yes. Yes.
Look, and so there meant a lot more, but it took a lot more thinking. And I mean, I even went back and rewatched the Mortis episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big help, by the way. And I don't know. Do you know what the Mortis gods are?
I've heard of them. I'm not as familiar
So
with that one.
the statue at the end of Ahsoka, but spoilers, by the way,
Sure.
the hand that
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that Balin is standing on is pointing to something. Okay,
Yes.
so it's being theorized that he's pointing to the mother. Okay,
Okay.
now the father is the god of the Force,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
The son, which you can see, the statue of the sun,
Right. Right to
is the
his left.
embodiment of the dark side of the Force,
Oh.
and the
Okay.
daughter, which it was all deformed, is the embodiment of the light side of the Force. Well,
Okay.
in the Clone Wars in season 3, they show up at this planet, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka. Well, the daughter sacrifices herself so Ahsoka can live. So she
Okay.
has the embodiment of the sister
Okay.
within her, and ever since that episode, at certain times there'll be an owl that follows her around. The owl's name is Maury. I'm saying
Okay.
that wrong, but
Okay.
anyway, you get the picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the father tells Anakin that Anakin is destined to replace him as the balance of the Force.
Force. Okay.
Right, which was for the chosen one, everything like that. Now, one of the things they didn't really talk about in the Clone Wars is that the mother is this person named Abeloth, and Abeloth is very, very evil, and
Okay.
the three imprisoned her, and every so many thousands of years they would go make sure that the prison is holding and whatnot like
Okay.
that. So the theory is that this planet is
Where she's in prison.
is in prison, and since they're no longer around, she can escape. And then what do you have? You have the sister.
Yeah.
They're there, and so I think we're going to get a lot more of Hayden Christensen. So I think that the father is actually Hayden Christensen now.
Gotcha.
So good, but it's deep. It's really, really deep.
Now I'm liking even more. Now that you got into
Right?
that. Okay.
And dude, there's like 3 episodes. It's season 3. The Mortis, check them out. They're fantastic.
I'm gonna check that out. Absolutely.
But Loki, dude, Loki was just like, what? I mean, it was just a pleasant show. I want to watch it like every day.
And it gave us so many. So it gave us Mr. Ouroboros. So they're really talking about the folks that really matter in time. And, so that by itself was just fantastic. That they're giving us, those characters. They gave us Ke Kwan, obviously, for those of you who don't know Ke Kwan, which you should, especially listen to this show. He famously in the 80s played Data in the Goonies, Short Round, Indiana Jones, and Temple of Doom. He won an Oscar last year. He's really just returned to prominence for everywhere, everything, all at once. His story is just fantastic. So seeing him and just that interplay between OB and Mobius and Morbius, I mean, all those things, and really taking. What I loved in this, again, we talked before about what DC should do. What they have done so well. And I say this all the time, so anyone who listens to this podcast probably gets tired of me saying this. They really don't focus on their A-list character because they couldn't. Because they couldn't focus on Spider-Man and the X-Men and Wolverine and Blade because those properties are already licensed away. And but they have such a deep. So when you're talking about all these time-related characters that they have, Ke Kwan and Owen Wilson playing, these are probably C or D level characters that they're finding this great talent pool of actors, and really reimagining them in the TVA and really making it fantastic. We got a Sylvie sighting, and again, I don't know about you, sir. I want to know who actually, and again, spoiler alert, you have who pruned him in the episode. Remember, because he
Yeah.
could not find a time stick, and he gets pruned from behind, and it wasn't Sylvie.
Yeah.
He was looking at Sylvie when it happened. So again, now we're doing nerd deep. But I want to know who, and like kind of like when you pull that box from your parents' bed and you open it up and you see, something that looks a little bit like a dragon. Way before Game of Thrones, folks, we're going nerd deep. I want to know who went deep. If they went deep in Loki, he probably can still feel it. Who pruned Loki? Yes, sir.
Who pruned Loki? Yes.
Now that's the new nerd. Okay, we both were alive in the 80s. In the 80s, we had Who Shot JR. Now we got Who Pruned
Loki.
Who pruned
I
Loki.
like it.
And they did it for free.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. Well, with all that movie, do you have a movie of the week?
Again, for me, pretty much Fastlane. I gave you my game of the week, which is going to be Madden 24, and I'm breaking into that. What were some of your favorites, sir, outside of the two shows we mentioned?
Man, so I've still been jamming on Baldur's Gate 3. So it's a super fun game. Play it if you haven't. I saw two movies last week. I saw Saw X or Saw 10, and I saw The Creator. So I want to talk just for a minute about them. I'll give you a quick
really want
rating.
to know about The Creator because that looks amazing. Hopefully it was as good as advertised.
Yeah, so I'll do The Creator first, actually. So The Creator was really good. However, there was one part of the movie that just took me out of the movie. It was weird because it was a part of the soundtrack. It was the music.
Okay.
So they're on this thing, they're on this plane, and they're going down. And then all of a sudden, the music just didn't match. But you could tell it was part of the movie, and I was just like, "What is that?" And for the rest of the movie, I was thinking about it,
fixated on it. Okay.
Right. So in the movie does a great job of like switching protagonist antagonist. I mean, like it is definitely a roller coaster of what it does. It is very, very good.
Okay.
It is worth watching, and the world that they build is fantastic.
Okay.
So I mean, like, it's also one that I don't think you have to see in the theater.
Okay.
The way that he built it, I mean, like, this could have been a series. The Creator could have been a series.
Okay.
In my opinion. Now, it would have been an expensive series for sure, but
right.
The robots
better get it done one time. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The acting was amazing.
Okay.
So definitely go see it. I'm gonna rate this one at 3.5 beardies.
Nice.
So I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. So,
gotcha.
Now, Saw 10.
Yes.
Was very clever. It was
nice.
Probably one of the more clever ones.
Nice.
As a matter of fact, it's probably one of my favorite ones. They figured out a way to make a movie take place within the movies, make it all make sense, and it work out.
Okay.
And of course, it was a Saw movie, but you got a lot more substance in this movie than any of the other ones.
Nice.
So I'm not going to spoil anything for that on you because you definitely going to watch it.
I love and I'm one of the few people that I love me some Saw, even when it's gotten a bit ridiculous. And really, after Saw 2, it got once if you keep a series going past Marky Mark, other than Transformers, if you get a series going past Marky Mark, you probably have jumped too far. Planet of the Apes, but it actually, I think again, the whole premise is a little ludicrous, but except when it's not. So, by the way, fun fact: if anyone, so you know how like in Scream they have all they have all these rules of how to survive. Ladies and gentlemen, couple rules. Number one, if there's a clown in the sewer, ask you to come visit, whatever they offer you, the answer is no.
Yeah,
unless it's pumpkin spice latte,
or they have a red balloon.
Yes, so if they have a red balloon, they offer you pumpkin spice latte. If you're someone that would make you go in the sewer, yes, go Go and have fun. All clowns are friendly. So yeah, go ahead. Okay. Unless you're a clown under the bed and Sean Wayans is in the room. If you don't get that reference, go watch Scary Movie 2, which is the best of the scary movies, by the way. Scary Movie franchise. But the other rule is, if anyone, anytime, any place comes at you in a deep guttural voice that goes, "Would you like to play a game?" Again, decline. And that's the one thing, that's the one of all the things in the Saw movies that I will say I have never seen anyone do. They've just not said no. I really wonder what
Watch
happened.
this one.
I'll go say I really have what if someone said no, I don't wanna. Well, like maybe Jigsaw's like, you know what? Fair.
You answered. You're good.
Fair. So here's my question. Here's my pre-tat of the task we got.
Yes.
For that show. Which would be it asks in two different ways. Number one, which of these would you actually like to have as a gift?
Okay.
It's Billy the Puppet or a Chucky doll.
So are these alive? Like, so is the Chucky alive, or is it just the doll?
Well, we're gonna say it's just a doll. Because it was alive, I would have added in the what's the one for the other horror franchise, the female doll. Can't think of her name right now.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
I would take.
By the way, if you really like, watch Marlon Wayans' Haunted House one for the real fun with the Annabelle doll. But please continue.
Yes, I would take Chucky.
Okay.
Yes.
I really would take Billy the Puppet. So which of these now, let's say, is real, is alive? Which one would you send to someone else? Chucky or Billy the Puppet?
Billy the Puppet. He's more scary right from the get-go.
And Billy doesn't, but Billy's not harmful. Like if Billy was like, because first on the movie, Billy's not alive, but he's like just small on a tricycle. Like, what's Billy really gonna do? Versus Chucky is like, hey, you don't want to be my friend? All right, cool. Yeah. Like, hey, if you got a kid around, let me put my soul in him. By the way, as an adult, if you put your soul inside of a child, you deserve to go to jail. All right, continue, sir.
Speaking of Chucky, have you watched the show at all?
God, I love it. I
have not watched it at all. I have not seen any of it.
Because here's why I love it. They know this is so they did exactly what you should do if you're going to reimagine a product. So we had the child play movies, and the first and second one tried to stay very serious in the horror genre. Then it started going away, kind of like with Leprechaun. It got a real fandom, right? Because even though it wasn't part of their intent, Chucky's really funny, and you found yourself kind of rooting for Chucky. So they had the Bride of Chucky and all those things. So what they wound up doing with this is they still keep it in a horror tone somewhat. They definitely make Chucky the antagonist. However, they know that there's a cult following for Chucky. So instead of trying to make this serious horror movie, it's really a horror comedy.
Good.
So it gives you, it's almost it's a little darker, but it's somewhat similar to, the guy from Law and Order, the guy that plays Elliot Stable. He had the show on Sci-Fi.
Oh, Chris Stabler, or Maloney, Christopher Maloney.
His sci-fi show with the unicorn Patton Oswalt.
Oh God, that was so good.
Yeah, it was. This is a darker tone, but almost that similar, like
Happy. Was it Happy?
Yeah, Happy. This is almost like the show many times take out a wink, wink, nudge to the artist, like, come on now. So it's really good. It's really good.
We'll have to check that out. I think that's an easy sell to the wife. So
yes.
Awesome. With that being said, dude, let's talk. You got an honest ad, so let's talk about that, and then we'll get into the topic of the day.
All right, sir. So here's my honest ad. So, Bradley, I'm a big football fan, as I mentioned earlier. And by the way, the Falcons won today, so I'm in a really good mood. Plus, bourbon. But anyway, especially last week. So we live in the Midwest. One of the more popular Midwest teams are the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
And unless you've been living under a rock that is covered by, hot lava, you know that Travis Kelce played. You may not know who the hell Travis Kelce is. You know who is, and you know who is, his girlfriend is, in Taylor Swift. All right. So given that and just the deluge of media coverage, I've decided to do an honest ad for the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce relationship in the tone of Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. All right, sir, you ready?
I'm ready.
We clawed, we chained, our hearts in vain, we jumped, never asking why. They kissed, some fell under their spell. Logic made us ask, why? I wish I could say that I looked away. However, I won't mislead you. I can't live a lie. This is ruining lives. I will never forgive you. They came in like a wrecking ball. The Swifties never cried so hard. All I wanted was to watch football. All they ever did was wreck me. Tay Tay and Travis, you wrecked me.
Nice.
The honest ad for Travis
I like-
Kelsey and
I
Taylor
like
Swift.
it. I like it a lot. Yeah, we had
These are
last
jokes
week
because
at-
she's a very wealthy woman. These
Yeah.
are just jokes, Taylor. Yes.
we had when Harry met Taylor bingo, music bingo, and it was slow. Harry Styles, nobody showed up. Apparently, they don't like each other. Those fans, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I was glad to get off work a little bit early that day, so that was kind of nice. But
I heard that John Mayer and Taylor Swift dated. I don't know why I would care, but someone mentioned this to me. Here's the deal. They both famously make songs about their broken up relationships.
Mhm.
How the hell did they not make a song about each other and do it as a duet? Now, that's what I want. I want the he
Right.
said, she said duet between John Mayer and Taylor Swift. All right, sir.
Love it. What are we talking about today?
All right. So again, most of our shows come out of this. We text one another, hey, what about this? And we run with the idea. So Bradley texted me the other day going, hey, what if Coolsville, if you don't know where Coolsville is, we're going to tell you that in a moment. What if Coolsville happened in the DC universe? So I and Bradley are going to talk a little bit. We're going to prevent Coolsville. So here's what Coolsville is. Coolsville is the town that the Scooby Gang, Mystery Incorporated, lives in. So we're going to say, what if this was happening in the DCU, in the DC Comics world? And Brad, before we get into our little pitches of the show, I have a few Coolsville facts. I can share them with you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hang on 1 second. I got a bad connection with you all of a sudden here. It's really, really staticky. Oh, you're gonna move your mic around a little. While you're doing that, let's check it out. Awesome. It's like you're on mute now, buddy.
Okay, so I
Perfect. No, you're good. You're good.
better now.
Yeah, perfect. Now.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Go ahead. Tell us about your Coolville facts.
Here's some Coolsville facts. So number one, Bradley, did you know that the town of Coolsville was actually is in the state of Ohio? So unlike Springfield, which is in The Simpsons, that they never named the state because they don't want to pin it down, they actually do in a pup named Scooby Doo actually reveal that Coolsville is in the state of Ohio. Now, based on some things in various movies and shows, Coolsville was at least settled in 1788. Now, here's the deal. If you follow true history, Coolsville existed in the state of Ohio before the state of Ohio was actually a state. Ohio was not a state until 1803, which Coolsville was settled in 1788. You know what else happened in 1803? The New Year's Eve song that we all know about the first three words of All Lang Syne was actually recorded. Haha, going nerd deep. All right.
Nerd deep.
A couple of the facts about it. Number one, Coolsville consists of 81,000 citizens, which include Scooby Doo. Do you know Scooby's official first name? Scooby is a nickname. Do you know Scooby's real first name before we get our cameo?
Leia, do you know? I don't know it, but do you know Scooby Doo's? By the way, Rumble Racky.
Nice.
So Leia, do you know what Scooby's actual first name is? Into the mic. Scoob. I don't know. Hold on tight. Do you want to talk to Brian for a minute?
Hey, Princess.
Hi.
So Princess Leia, Scooby's a nickname. His first name is Scoobert.
That's an ugly name.
Hey, I didn't name him. I'm just saying what his name is.
That's an ugly
Scoobert.
name.
Wait, what if someone said Leia was an ugly name? It's not. It's the best name ever. But what if someone said Leia was an ugly name? Don't judge
Then I'd
Scooby.
hate them. Then
That's fair.
Scooby sounds so much better.
Then tell your dad what his first name is. It's Scoobert.
Daddy, what's Scooby Dooby Doo's real name? And
Tell him he doesn't know.
Ryan, Brian. Okay. Let me talk to Brian.
hold on. Do you know that we were watching Grey's Anatomy and there was this person who watched her mother die and watched her father die and watched her brother die and watched her nana die?
Someone should have had bad luck. She might be the problem.
In therapy.
I think so. You know what? And here's the thing.
Someone should call the police.
Yeah.
If everyone around her is dying and she's not, someone should call law enforcement. That might be a problem.
Leia's first horror movie event was Saw 10, by the way. She actually watched Saw 10. Yeah. So okay. Did you like Saw?
It was amazing.
It was amazing. Did you
bet you didn't like how when they popped the eye sockets out. I bet you didn't like that.
Spoiler alert. All right, kiddo. Go do things.
We're gonna watch Grey's, and then I'm gonna tell you all about it. And by the way, I'm still not done with popcorn.
Okay, well, you have fun with that.
Hey, I love you.
Love you too, baby girl.
Why do you have those set up like that?
Because I want to go.
Why do you have those set up like that?
I don't know. Go.
Why do you have so many posters? Why do you have pages?
You're grounded. You're grounded. Go.
Oh my God. I love your daughter so much, man.
Why do you have pages other than that one, which is the best? Why do you have all these that look like comic book
Okay,
stuff?
Leia, go. Go watch your Grace.
Are you kicking me out?
Yes, I'm kicking you out because I want to finish the podcast.
Oh, you're being so mean to me.
Okay, and again, how old is she, sir?
11 and very, very over dramatic.
Bro, you're seriously gonna lose. Dude, I can't wait till she's 15. Hey, I want you to know I got space at my house for you, man. If you need to hide out, I got you. I got you so much. All right. So okay, I know we got time, so here's the deal. So Scooby's real first name is Scoobert. So it's actually Scooby Doo. Then the rest we know is Norval. Haha, that's where the S comes from. Shaggy Rogers. We got Fred Jones Jr., Daphne Blake, and of course my thing, because again, as a nerd, we were like, hey, if there was one cartoon character who would be real, my answer to them was always Cheetara, because well, I'm creepy.
I'm Thundercats.
Yeah, hey, see, check the background, okay, my sort of omens. But anyway, and then but for reality it will be Velma Dingle. Okay.
Right.
So last thing that's gonna play in front of my pitch, but I want you to go first, is Coolsville apparently was rebuilt after a great flood called the Great Coolsville Flood. And that's going to matter for my pitch. So remember, the Great Coolsville Flood. But, sir, please, if you things you want to share with your picture about how we're going to prevenge Coolsville in the DC universe, please, sir, go first.
So I was thinking about it, and I actually don't have an actual story pitch. I just have a couple of things that I wanted to bring up that I think would work. So
let's do it.
First of all, the first thing I thought of was, I'm like, why is there not a Scooby and Crypto show, right? And then
you see the face right up.
There is one. It came out like a week ago. Not kidding. It's called Scooby Doo and Crypto 2. And this is an actual movie. It's an animated movie.
When did it come out?
Like a week ago. September 28th, I think.
See, I swear people listen to the podcast. DC, James Gunn, just send Sean. We would hang out with Sean.
Absolutely.
Send Sean and just let him hang. He can bring the Mohawk thing. He can come out. He can call us Captain. Call us Captain. We'll be fine. Yeah. All right.
So I mean, you can rent it on Apple, a few other things, which I'm probably going to do very, very soon because it sounds awesome.
Yes.
And then I really started.
Or I want to have it, but they got to give us Dynamite. If you're going to give me Scooby and Crypto, Dynamite. By the way, anyone that's young and y'all don't get Dynamite, I know I'm still in our time. An underappreciated show was Dynamite and Blue Falcon. That show,
Right?
they played it for comedy, but it legit had for real superhero swag.
Yeah.
Dynamite and the Blue Falcon, it was a complete ripoff of Batman. There's no doubt about that. But at the
And it's
same
connected
time,
to Scooby Doo.
yes, it was fan flipping tastic.
Mhm.
But anyway, go ahead, sir.
Oh, no, I mean, like with all the super dogs, you could have a Crypto, Scooby,
You can have a
Dynamite.
dog Justice League 100%.
Yeah, it'd be so cool. So I was thinking about like, okay, who is going to be the main villain in my DC Scooby Doo? In my Coolsville show / movie, whatever it's going to be. Since this is a suburb, we're going to say Coolsville is a suburb of Gotham. One Batman villain came to mind.
Okay.
That would be the perfect villain to go up over and over and over again with Mystery Inc. Brian,
Okay.
can you guess it? Can you guess which Batman villain I'm picking to be the main villain for Scooby, Shaggy, and the gang?
It would be easy to say Catwoman, Cat Dog, but I know it's not who it is. Give who it is. Scarecrow.
Nope. Clayface.
I don't know why Clayface came as my third option. Okay,
Clayface.
Okay.
And have him change into all the monsters throughout the show.
That would make
and it be
sense.
the same person.
That would
At
make
the
sense.
end of the season,
That would make
it would
sense.
be the one person was everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. For Coolville. And it have, you could do Mortal, whatever. You make it kind of scary.
You know who would be the ultimate person to break down Clayface? Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Ghost. They would just,
Yes.
with Unchained Melody.
They're molding the vase.
Swayze shirtless for no reason.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there was a reason.
Okay, yeah.
It would just have nothing to do with the movie.
Facts. Yeah, he was going to give her the lift, all right.
Right. He's something.
No.
But yeah, really. Yeah. So that's really what I was thinking about. I was just thinking on different things that, close to Gotham or Metropolis. But
I like it.
I like it. Yeah, more towards Gotham, and that's really what I got because it just fits so perfectly.
Yes.
DC, Hanna-Barbera, all these things are. I mean, like DC does more than anything else with them. I mean, you got Wonder Woman. I mean, everybody's been friends.
I mean, it's really Hanna-Barbera and the Lego company. I mean, that's really where DC. But for things that aim at younger audiences, where you see. By the way, there has been multiple Batman and Scooby Doo episodes and shows. Fantastic. All right,
I think there's a few movies too.
Yeah, 100%. So, which makes perfect sense. Was going to play to my pitch. Regardless, I always got a little extra. I have to thought this out and came. But here's something that I think I would really love. So, number one, similar to you, we're gonna make Coolsville a suburb of Gotham, kind of across the river from Bloodhaven, so they can see Nightwing go hi. I think it would be great. Just as an aside, just had this thought. As much as we all, if you again, for any as you, one thing I love about Scooby Doo. But as you watch the show, so you start, let's say, like in elementary school, and you get older, your understanding of the various inside jokes on Scooby change significantly. So we talked a little bit last week about Scooby snacks, but you also get the whole Fred and Daphne, and why he always says Velma with Scooby and Shaggy. Again, I would pick Velma over Daphne any day of the week. And they play a little bit of that up in the movies because you've got the real life couple, playing Fred and Daphne. But that being said, that's one reason I love Scooby. So we're gonna make Scooby. So we're gonna, I thought it'd be great if in this moment as Fred is kind of trying to pitch his woo at Daphne, what would happen if Nightwing, aka Robert Dick Grayson, showed up, and of course, Velma and especially Daphne are taken by his studly charm, and Fred just can't handle it because he would really struggle. Right. Freddie Prinze, they could bring in Freddie Prinze Jr. just like, dude. Okay, so
and with that being said, like there's the Nightwing is all the girls in the comics want Nightwing. So like there would be that weird love triangle thing right there.
So who makes the best girlfriend for him? Is it Barbara? Is it Zatanna? Is it
What did that mean?
Starfire? Who do you think is the best girlfriend for him?
Easily Barbara Gordon.
Okay.
It's got to be
Okay.
Batgirl.
See, I always went more Starfire. Number one, if you watch the comics, okay. Number two is there was a little sisterly thing there too. It's like it might be a little Leia Luke thing,
right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, some of those early comics of Starfire, I mean, they're like, she's 15 years old. I'm like, yeah, are you sure about that?
And again, for those who don't know what we're talking about, if you're only exposed to Starfire is the Cartoon Network show.
Look up Teen Titans early Teen Titans stuff.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And just don't do it with your kids around. Okay. All right. So here's and don't do it on your work computer. All right. So here's my pitch for preventing this. I just have some bullet points here. So number one, here's what we're gonna do. One of my favorite, and I think it's an underappreciated show because it only ran for one season, and I have to do a little research. It was the shortest of. There's been, as of this point, there have been 11 different series, not counting the movies. There have been 11 different series featuring Scooby Doo, all of which have ran for multiple seasons except one. And the one that didn't was one of my personal favorites, which is, do you remember the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo?
So good.
And I remember because it had an intro by Vincent Price, again, RIP. So with that, I took a spin on the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo because it actually, we all know that Scooby Doo, it's always someone else. And hey, I'd have gotten away with it, wasn't for you Melly kids and that dog named Scooby Doo, right? That's the thing. But in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, it actually, remember Flim Flam? In the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, the ghosts are real. So in this one, we're gonna play with that. So I personally really love when the DC leans into magic, because that's something that they don't do a great job of with Marvel. I think they can do more of. Shazam, Black Adam, Zatanna, all those characters, Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan. We got to figure out a way to get you back in the helmet. So here's the deal. So here's my backstory. So played on the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. Coolsville was the center of a magical event that is actually stopped by a coven of witches. And this coven of witches was trying to stop the ascendance of our boy Clarion, the Witch Boy. That is both the coolest and saddest name ever for a villain. I'm Clarion, the Witch Boy. Oh. Like if I was a superhero. You don't need to be
sorcerer or warlock.
Yeah, like if I was a superhero, that would make me go, I think I can take you. Like, for real. Yeah. Like, if I'm Plastic Man, I'm like, dude, I got this. No, I'm good. No. Yeah. Are you elongated man? No, I'm Plastic Man. All right, I got this.
So what happens to the elongated man and the Plastic Man meet?
Like, I really want that. We talked before about having like a superhero support group. I really want Plastic Man, Elongated Man, and Dr. and Reed Richards kind of all in the same room, and they're all like maybe at a singles group. Like, hey, what you looking for? We're good.
Can you imagine the twists and turns that would be in that?
Oh my God! Can you imagine how long they could stretch a story?
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you insult them, hey, I'm rubber, you're glue. Passes on me and sticks. That would be the best they ever had. Like Clayman, Plastic Man versus Clayface. He should totally say it.
That would be
rubber,
so amazing.
You're glue, dude. No matter what you do. All right. So we got back on Brian's scene. So we got Clarion the Witch Boy. Now it's like because Clarion's familiar as a cat. We got Scooby the dog. Makes sense. All right. So then here's the deal. So all the monsters in Coolville are real, and they're trying to free Clarion the Witch Boy. And what we find out is that the direct descendants from the original coven of witches that imprisoned Clarion are the ancestors of Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, and Velma, including Scooby, who is a direct descendant from a magical Great Dane, which explains why Scooby can talk and no one is shocked by it. It's the magic that runs through Coolsville.
I love it.
also the person that recruits them to stop Claire and the Witch Boy, because we're both fans of this person, would be our girl Zatanna. Pulls them
Yes,
together. I really was gonna have it be John Constant. Like, no, it's gotta be Zatanna.
it has
But
to.
another reason they can play for comedy, how hard Fred tries to hook up with Zatanna, and it doesn't ever work. All right. So
And then Zatanna teaches Daphne some tricks. So
right.
you get Daphne.
Yes. Yeah. And Velma, you will never need a trick. Velma, you're good. You're so good. All right. Just wear the glasses. Wear the glasses and the knee highs. We're good. All right. So then the Coolvilles was, and that goes back to the flood. Coolville was destroyed by Claire trying to be free and not a coven. And really go back to the 13 ghosts, the 13 villains that every time they defeat a villain, they stop Clarion. But if a villain gets freed, then Clarion gets close to being freed, and it's building towards the showdown between Mystery Inc. and Clarion the Witch Boy, with our girl in fishnets, high heels, and a top hat, Zatanna.
I love this. I love this a lot, man. I would love to see this.
Yes.
Give it to
So
me.
again, DC, if you're listening, and
We can develop this. We can definitely develop this.
Again, at minimum, Sean Gunn. Again, hey, we get it. Older brother, kind of feeling himself. You can join. You could be the next member of the Tri Lambdas online version, unofficial. All right, we got you.
Nice. Man, that was kind of fun. I think we'll revisit that again.
Yes.
Now,
yes, sir.
I have a couple of different
I'm waiting on them.
Stories for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm just gonna tell you the titles. I'm gonna let you pick which one we're gonna read. We'll talk about for a little bit.
All right, let's hit it.
I have. Am I the asshole for refusing to plan my wife's birthday dinner around her family?
Okay.
Or am I the asshole for giving my daughter a name my grandma hates?
That one.
That one was, I mean, okay. So here's the question. Again, am I the asshole for giving my daughter a name my grandma hates? I, 27 female, gave birth to me and my husband's 31 male. First child, almost 2 months ago.
Pause. I want to hear this, but bro, this was you. I gave birth to me.
I know. That's exactly how it's written.
Okay, please continue. You gave birth to yourself.
Right? I gave birth to me and
God, I know you're reading it as written. God, I love these. All right, please.
I'm trying to dial the dramatics in here.
Yes. Your Robert Stackness of it. And you know Robert Stack has got a dead Unsolved Mystery years. Yeah, everything was old. Dude, he will order coffee. I will have a caramel macchiato
with 2 extra sugars.
Or then they mentioned dun. Yeah, all right, please. All right, go back to AITA.
All right. I, 27 female, gave birth to me and my husband's 31 male. First child, almost 2 months ago. She's a perfect little girl, and I was so excited to have my family meet her. I have 3 older sisters who all have kids as well. A fun tradition that my family does is to have a small get-together once the baby is about 2 to 3 months old. We don't announce the baby's name until after the birth to make it a surprise. At the little party, we gave the parents a bunch of little gifts that have the new baby's name on them. My grandmother always quilts a beautiful baby blanket and embroiders the baby's name. She's done this for all my sisters and cousins. The issue is the name my husband and I chose for our daughter. For context, my grandma has a unique history with her own name. She was born as Lucille. Walking Dead, anybody? But from the time she was
By the way,
8.
Daryl Dixon, good show. Continue.
You know what? I have not watched any of it yet.
So good, so
I
good,
watched like
so good,
well,
so
30
good.
minutes of the first episode. Yeah. All right. But from the time she was 8, she told every single person she met that her name was Barbara. She did this for years until even her family called her Barbara. She even got her name legally changed. When I was a child, I always asked her why she changed it. She simply said she liked Barbara better. It became a family joke, but she never seemed upset about it and always laughed with us. I think I know where this is going.
Absolutely. Unless someone's gonna go, Martha. How do you know that name? Yeah.
My husband's grandmother raised him from when he was a baby to when she
Because that's
passed
usually
away.
when life starts, is when I'm sorry.
Right, when you give birth to me.
Yes. I want someone to seriously go, she raised me from a 32-year-old. Really? Okay.
Yeah, right, okay. My husband's grandmother raised him from when he was a baby to when she passed away when she was 19. Her favorite
Wait,
celebrity.
she died at 19?
Well, to when the
Oh, good.
husband
When the
was
guy
19.
was
Yeah.
19. Okay. Oh, that's it was really dark.
Timeline is not working on
Jesus.
this one, guys.
Okay, yeah. All right, cool. Okay. This is like some X-Men timeline stuff. All right,
Right?
I'm with you. Let's do it.
Da-da! Yep. Man, awesome.
Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Her favorite celebrity was Lucille Ball. She and my husband used to watch I Love Lucy all the time together. He misses her very much and said that he would love to honor her in some way. Her name was Mary, but we chose to have that as our daughter's middle name. We decided that Lucy is the name we both loved and would honor his grandmother and maybe make mine chuckle a bit.
Okay.
After I gave birth, me and my husband were FaceTiming my entire family. When we announced the name, a few of my relatives laughed and said it was cute, but my grandma was dead silent. Nice choice of words. When I asked her what was wrong, she demanded.
As opposed to dead loud. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
She demanded to know why I chose Lucy. I was shocked and confused. I began to try to
Should have went
explain.
with Ethel or Desi. All right.
Uh, Try to. Okay, I began to try.
I'm sorry,
and
you're trying to
expl-
get through this straight. My bad.
I know it's okay. It's okay. I like it. But she suddenly hung up. This greatly dampened the mood. My grandma wouldn't answer any calls from me afterwards. I asked my oldest sister, and she said that my grandma was apparently offended and thought we were mocking her. She said she's not coming to the party in a few weeks to meet my daughter in person, and that she's not giving the baby quilt to us unless we apologize and change our baby's name. I don't know why it escalated so much. My grandma has always been kind. I have no idea what to do. Births in my family are always celebrated and happy events, but this has ruined it. I almost feel like some of my relatives are ignoring me because they don't want to pick sides. But I don't even understand why there's a fight. Dealing with this along with my newborn has been incredibly stressful. My family is puzzled as well, but most of them are saying I shouldn't have chosen a name I knew my grandmother disliked, or at least asked her about it. Am I the asshole for giving my daughter a name my grandma hates? I like this story. This is pretty freaking
I
cool.
love this story. So, okay.
There's also no question marks in the entire thing.
So, all right. So, bear with me. And this is where you want to do the scroll. Do you boo boo? Because two reasons. Number one, I think this is a horrible story given what the grandma's doing. Number two, I just drank about 20 ounces of bourbon in about an hour. So my filter is pretty much gone. So number one, are you the asshole? I'm going to answer the question secondly, but let's start off here. This is a white story. This does not happen with black people, okay? Because y'all have first of all seen the names that black people get black kids, and Lucy or Lucille is tame as hell, okay? So
Yeah.
first off, by the fact that there's not a miscellaneous X or Q or hyphen or upside down question mark shows me that this is not a black story. Secondly, is this: are you the asshole for naming your child what you wanted to name it? I'm gonna run that back for you one more again. Are you the asshole question mark for naming your child what you wanted to name your child? The answer unequivocally is hell to the no. R.I.P. to Whitney. Yeah. So with that being said, here's the deal: your grandma can have feelings, as we all do. Okay, but grandma, guess what, Mima? Okay, it is not your choice, and you can keep your stanky ass quilt that you made with your shaky hand because you ultimately got Parkinson's, and you probably a little lit because grandpa's gone. Because by the way, raising someone from birth is not mean that they have to do what you want them to do for all time. The other piece of it is this: you're attempting to honor Mima. So by the way, Mima, you're attempting to honor Mima, so you want the name Lucille. If she hates it, fine. But guess what? Who doesn't hate it? You, your husband, and guess what? Your child is not going to hate it as long as you make sure that child understands, hey, Lucy, Lucille, Lucky, whatever the kid's going to be called, this is a cool thing. So no, you're not the asshole. Secondly, here's the deal. I'd walk up to Mima when no one else is around. And maybe, so she doesn't leave, take away the walker, maybe turn the medical alert bracelet off, and then get up real close in her ear, like real close, like, come here, Mima. Come here. And explain to her, here's the deal. You're elderly. And it ain't that far for you to fall down these stairs and be considered an accident. So the next time you fix your geriatric lips to criticize my child's name, just understand what goes up must come down, but what goes down don't gotta come up. And check yourself or you wreck yourself. So Mima, don't F around and find out, and keep my child, the quote, the inimitable Sir William Smith, keep my MF child's name out your MF mouth, smack, and no 31-year-old or 29-year-old, whoever it is again, because this is white people bullshit.
Yeah.
You are not the asshole.
Yes, grandma is definitely the asshole in this. And you know what? Hey, if grandma,
I would take her a Geritol and a Metamucil. I would. I'd take her her fiber supplements.
Yeah.
No more Ensure for me,
right?
Mom.
No, you get the exploded turd.
Right. Yeah. You get muscle milk and yoo-hoo. Yeah, that ass is on your bottoms. Okay.
Man, and it's another thing if grandma would say why she legally change her name. And you know what? Again, you're right. I don't care.
I think grandma was
that sounds like a you problem, not a me
grandma
problem.
Grandma was a stripper. Grandma was dancing for war bonds back in the day. Okay, you know what? She was doing something a little strange for a little piece of change. Okay, she was dropping like it was hot for like war rations. All right, that's what was happening. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's all that was happening. You know what? Some people got Watergate. She was Watergate. Splash waterfalls, folks. Skate, skate, skate. Now, that was grandma, and now she's embarrassed. That's how she paid for her first Ford back in 1978. That's what happened, and so she's embarrassed. So that's all it is. It is not your fault. You're not the a-hole, and please, 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 name your child whatever you want to name them, and I hope they have a good, positive life.
All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so now since it's October and we're getting into spooky season, here is from a supposed true scary story.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, sir.
I think this is what it's called. I think something is impersonating my cat, the one who died almost 3 years ago.
Versus the cat that's still alive. Okay.
Right. Okay. 2020 had to be the worst year of my life. I lived in constant fear of losing my family because they all have autoimmune problems, except me, and very much could have died if they caught COVID 19. Unlike me, it was a very real fear that they could have, or they all could have completely wiped out, and I'd be alone in the world. I had
Okay.
already been diagnosed with anxiety, but not only did my anxiety get worse, it evolved into a panic disorder. I got insomnia, developed a stomach hernia, and my depression started occurring more frequently. Just when I didn't think things could get worse, my childhood pet Ziggy died at age 11.
Not Ziggy.
Yeah,
That's such a cool name. Not
it is,
Ziggs,
especially for a cat.
right?
No, this was due to complete organ failure.
Mm,
Apparently, he had a genetic disease that we didn't know about because he was a rescue.
okay.
Petco employees said he was found in a dumpster with his siblings. He lived 11 normal and happy years by my side. But in mid November 2020, he started acting weird, lost a ton of weight, and had the shakiest, nastiest, loudest breathing I have ever heard.
Are you
That's
sure this was the meme from the previous story?
it could have been. It could have been.
Okay.
That's not a sound a cat should make. That's a sound an old man on a ventilator makes. The doctor said,
Wait, time out. How many old men on a ventilator have they been around?
I mean, it was 2020. So,
Squeak, squeak. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
the doctor said he would just die slowly, getting sicker and sicker. He was suffering so much, my dad had to put him down. I was completely traumatized. A few months passed, and I ended up adopting 2 kittens in 2021, one of which has become my new best friend. He's a lot like Ziggy in the way he follows me around and likes to sleep on my bed. Besides, that they're complete opposites. Shooby
Wait,
is Shooby.
Shooby. So we've gone from Ziggy, dig the name, to
Shooby.
Shooby.
And we talked about Scooby today.
That's where my head went, sir. All right, continue.
Shooby is chatty and loves to play. Ziggy was basically Garfield, but his stomach and neck were white. Oh,
Time out. Shooby is chatty and love to play. That is somebody's Tinder profile. I guarantee. Damn it. That is someone put up some dating app. Who are you? Hey, I'm chatty, but love to play. All right, continue.
I think maybe we should do a deep dive into like the best Tinder profiles.
Oh my god!
But
this pandemic, no, this pandemic is definitely
this is definitely
pandemic.
damage. Yeah, for sure.
This is fantastic. Okay, now we're doing pandemic. Okay, let's get it, sir.
Oh, and this will be important. But normally, Shooby jumps on my bed towards the foot of my bed or on the right side. Ziggy always jumped up on the left side of the bed.
Okay.
The past few months have been.
So Ziggy likes to approach from the left. Fair.
Right.
Hey, Zig, do you, bro?
Do you, boo boo? The past few months have been really strange. Honestly, I've been trying to avoid thinking about Ziggy because every time I do, I get worried about the inevitable death of Shooby. You notice how she's not talking about the other cat she got.
Yeah.
The same. Okay. Even though he's not even 3 years old yet, I already know a cat can't outlive a 21-year-old human. So I'm terrified of reliving what happened to Ziggy by my mid-30s. And sometimes I regret getting a new cat happened getting a new cat because of this horrible inevitability. Man, okay. I can't quite remember when, but recently enough, I got in an argument with my dad. Yes, I still live with my parents. It's the only way they would agree to paying for my college. Okay, we weren't asking.
Really? You could have left that part out, but all right, continue.
And I went into my room to calm down. It was getting dark outside, so my room was
I'm gonna go to my room and pout. Okay, yeah.
Right? It was getting dark outside, so my room was almost completely pitch black. I laid
We
down on
call
my
that
bed.
nighttime, ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
When the
It's
world
dark
starts to
outside.
get dark, it's called nighttime. Is that
Yep.
or a stroke? One of the two. All right.
Yeah. I laid down on my bed, and almost instantly I felt something jump up on the left side of my bed.
You know,
And
most people call that a boyfriend, but continue.
the shooby dooby doo, shooby.
Or it's kind of like when you go under the. You know I was gonna do this. You
Oh,
go under the and pull. Continue. We got to get through this. All right, continue.
jump up on the left side of my bed, and the breathing. That breathing like a death rattle. I recognized it instantly.
Are we
It's
sure this isn't Meemaw? Because
it
this
might
really
be.
sounds like Meemaw from the last story.
It could be. It definitely could be. And everything comes full circle, guys. I recognized it instantly. It sounded like Ziggy's last morning alive. I immediately jumped up and screamed and ran back into the living room. My parents tried to convince me that maybe one of the new cats snuck into my room and jumped on my bed, but there's no way. I didn't hear it because cats are known for making a lot of noise when they're jumping.
Right. Because they're not known for being stealthy creatures.
Yeah, I haven't heard breathing like this for a while.
She seriously does not have a boyfriend.
I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, when I just got into bed, ready to sleep, I feel something jump up on the left side of the bed and maintain a steady, weighted feeling on the left side of the bed and then dissipates. One time I
Okay,
thought
maybe
it
the
was
batteries
shooting.
are just running out. I don't understand.
Oh,
All right, continue.
yeah. Maybe they're hitting the remote control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooby dooby doo.
One time I thought it was Shuby for sure because of how heavy the leap was. But when I reached out into the darkness, there was nothing.
She needs a partner. She needs to get
Yep.
somebody in her life. All right.
I also often feel a presence watching me as I sleep. And because of this, my insomnia has started getting worse again. It just happened again like 2 days ago, right in the middle of the day, but on my couch. Something jumped and made the left arm of the chair thump and made myself shift slightly because of how heavy it was. I am so scared. I just had an exorcism done on the place last week.
Bullshit.
Is what it says, buddy. Why isn't it leaving me alone? I know in my heart that even though I desperately want it to be Ziggy, I still miss him. That it isn't him. I thought that if ghosts were real, they can't be him. I refuse to believe he's still suffering. But if it isn't him, I'm not sure. I want to know what it is. It's trying to make me suffer by making me think it's him. And the pain still. By making me think it's the jumping up on the bed. But then torturing me by not letting me touch his soft fur or hear his sweet purrs. Good night.
Okay.
Whatever it is, I just wish it would leave me alone.
No, you don't. This sounds like the most action you're getting.
Well, it was a cat. It's under the bed. And it's in the box.
I'm gonna ignore the obvious joke here because we already been pushing the thing, and we say we're a family friendly show. Okay, so are they the asshole? No, you're the very lonely person. Okay, you're the very lonely. Okay, so honestly, I've had pets. I've had pets die.
Yeah.
It is very sad.
It's sad.
I just lost a cat that I had for a very long time. Not that long ago. And truthfully, I'm not trying to minimize someone's grief. Here is the deal. Okay, so I think there's two things going on. Number one, you just honestly miss your cat.
Yeah.
Okay, you just honestly miss your cat. And so anything that reminds us of this, I am someone that does believe there is life or some type of existence beyond this plane. So maybe your cat, your pet, an individual that you love, energy is energy and never dissipates. Maybe that's a thing. However, the bourbon fuel response will tell you this. Here's what you need to do. You got two options. you can create a dating profile that again says that you like to play a lot, or you really can go to a local store or guess what, Amazon, and come with supplies to fill the box that can go under the bed. Okay. Are you the a-hole? Just playing all seriousness. I'm trying my best to take this seriously. Let's say your cat is talking to you from the great beyond. None of this sounds threatening. None of this sounds scary. All of this sounds like there is someone or something that cared about us that is still trying to connect with us. So embrace it. You didn't do anything wrong. You're not an a-hole. So embrace the chaos and embrace the pandemonium and maybe have a little bit of closure regarding that. However, if that doesn't work, here's Brian's 3-point plan. Number 1, leave the room. Number 2, pick up your phone, create a dating profile. Number 3, go to the nearest place that serves alcohol, has chairs, closes the door, and maybe offer wings. And find someone that finds it interesting that you've got your cat, Ziggy, RIP, and your cat, Shooby, and wants to help you. How can I put this? Maybe be the thumping on the left side of the bed and go. Because my guess is you can find a warm-blooded male, female, them, they that can provide some additional thumping on the left, right, or middle of the bed. Ziggy may leave you alone. So that's it. So again, do you. Boo-boo.
And here's the thing. If all of that fails, there is one more thing you have to remember. And this is simple. It's one question. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
That's right.
And
And I think with that, Brian, how do we end the show every week?
Well, I want to give my Better Nuts Human of the Week. Well, 2 quick things and we'll get to our close up. Number 1, we skipped a whole entire show. Let's touch base on it next week. So I want to get your thoughts on Generation V. There are now 4 episodes there, so we'll revisit that next week. My Better Nuts Human of the Week is going to be Adam Copeland, a.k.a. the Rated R Superstar, a.k.a. Edge, who, Bradley, I know you're a bigger fan of AEW than I am, but definitely he has made his debut in AEW. He's already started a program with Christian, his lifelong best friend. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. And we are now starting to see people float from the AEW to WWE. We've got Jade Cargill, who was also part of Fastlane, as far as we got to see her, who's kind of the first big name outside of Cody, who's gone from AEW to the WWE. So I'm really excited to see, maybe we're starting to see maybe some escalation. And the rumor mill, again, this is my last wrestling comment for tonight. The rumor mill that Phil Brooks, many of you may know as CM Punk, has signed with the WWE and will make his debut at Survivor Series, which is next month. So that looks very, very interesting, sir. Along with that, though, given that Adam Copeland really is probably the biggest thing that signed with AEW since their inception. And he's in great shape. He wants to kind of wrestle a fairly full-time schedule. Be safe. He's got a neck issue that he's had for many years at this point, but I believe he wouldn't be in the ring with small children if he wasn't ready to do it. So enjoy. You're going to definitely help the wrestling organization. I think competition helps wrestling. So I'm excited to hear that. But again, my Better Nuts Human of the Week this week is one Adam Copeland, sir. What do you got, my friend?
Well, my Better Than Us Human is my wife, because her mom went to the hospital earlier in the week, and she's trying to study for a CPA. So she's just got a ton on her plate right now. So, baby, you got this.
You got this.
Even though you're not going to listen to this podcast, but you know what? You got this. So if you're out there in Facebook land, send her a good, like, hey, you're doing awesome. Other than that, that's about it. Yes.
So with that, here's where you can find me. You can find me on the Book and Faces Facebook at Brian Steven Dennis. Give me a like, give me a follow. I try and keep it funny and usually weird. Bradley, what about you, sir? What's your contact?
You can tweet at me at Fandemic3, message me on Facebook at The Fandemic, now active on TikTok as well at Fandemic1. Hear my reviews and so much more. I promise I'm going to read some comics and review some comics this next week. That's my goal. So if you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. You can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN Fandemic. Become an episode assistant and an episode producer, a pre-binge producer like Stacy. Or yes, you could be part of the Council of Nerds, starting at $5 a month. Or just go to PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Butin. I won't say no to free money. Or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome.
Bradley, Council of Nerds or Council of Owls? Who's cooler?
Say that again.
Council of Nerds, Council of Owls, or the Council of Elrond? Who's cooler?
Ooh. You know what? So I'm actually rewatching the Lord of the Rings trilogy right now.
Okay, yes.
And I just got through the extended versions, and I just started watching Return of the King.
That sounds a lot like what our previous AITA needed is the extended.
Yes, it is.
Version.
Yeah. Council of Elrond. For sure.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yes.
Other than you've got Sean Bean and, well, his writing's pretty much always on the roll. You know, the only thing that would be worse if Sean Bean was cast in a Star Trek movie and he wore a red shirt. Like, it was, he's like went through the credits.
Right? Or he was a stormtrooper.
Or he's a stormtrooper.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
He's a stormtrooper that hits his head on the...
I think the only movie he's made it out of is The Martian, and he gets fired in The Martian. But at least he survived. At least he survives.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that.
He's like the mission commander. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So I know we need to be finishing up, so I'm just gonna jump to it. Thank you for joining us this week on Vision There. It is the best part of our week. Well, hopefully it's the best part of your week. Thank you for leveling up. You're also with us. And before I close up again, thank you for joining us. And remember, no retreat, no surrender, and Goonies. Never say die.
All right. So friendship is like peeing on yourself. Everyone can see it, but only you get the warm feeling that it brings. If you think about it, every time you feel stupid, you just got a little smarter. Remember, squirrels' cheeks are their nutsacks. And one day life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth the watch. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.